Welcome back, everyone. All right, we got the idea. Oh, 1 second. Stupid. Perfect time for a phone alarm to go off. Anyways,
Yep.
two Floridians, one crazy podcast. Let's get going on. Let's go with the main reason we're meeting today. Happy July, everybody! It's been about 3 months since we actually did a serious podcast. Ben, you want to tell everyone? While I get it up.
Apparently, the Pirates won't be back next season in the NAL.
No, they're not. The winningest team of the 2007 of the 2018 NAL season won't be returning next season.
You had to do it.
I had to. It's not the Sharks. I mean, they did have the winningest record that year. I think it was 10-5 Carolina, 10-6 Jacksonville, 11-5 Massachusetts in the high seats of the playoffs. You still there?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Poor network to the side.
The audio was kind of going in and out for me.
Yeah, I got the same problem. It says poor connection. I think it's on my end. Anyways, I'm gonna read off the entire meeting, and the entire press release. During a recent National Arena League Board of Directors call, the owners voted unanimously not to offer the Massachusetts Pirates a new 3-year membership agreement. We appreciate the 2 seasons on the field and the 3 years of the Pirates were members of the NAL. However, as a league, we feel it's important to have partners that follow the rules on and off the field. We are willing to reopen this dialogue with the team in the future, said Commissioner Chris Siegfried. However, the board members made it very clear the Pirates' way of operating the franchise with disregard to the NAL rules had to cease. Thus, a change was needed. The owners believe that it was in the best interest of the league for all member teams to honor their commitment to the NAL and operate within the rules and regulations of the National Arena League. That's the entire press release. It's barely even a paragraph.
Yeah.
I mean, the NAL did a bigger press release for the "Don't worry, we got big things in store" right when the COVID started hitting. So, what is up with this tiny release? Just say, "Hey, we're kicking a team out, a rather well-run team by league standards."
That makes me think there was some serious problems with the ownership, like really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think though, because it did seem, other than it always seemed like from the day one that the Massachusetts Pirates started, they were different than the Sharks and the Cobras and the Mammoths. I mean, the Cobras had their own ownership group for part of the first year. They just kind of left up to Rob Storm and the guys that run the league now. And then I know from day one, I think Maine was Bushi's team, just like Jacksonville was. And then he just kind of abandoned Maine and left Jacksonville. I don't know what the NAL is doing with this.
Yeah.
I mean, the part that gets me especially is the NAL saying the Pirates didn't follow league rules. They don't specify. I assume that they don't specify at all what the league rules actually are, which makes it all the more confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, because the Pirates, it wasn't like a case with Bushi where Bushi just stopped paying his bills. The Pirates were still paying their league bills. I mean, the only thing I could think of, and I know you're not going to like this, I don't either. The NAL is trying to move to, and this is pure. This seemed a little conspiratorial, but I think the NAL is trying to move to single entity.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pirates they played all their games. They paid for their arena. They were it seemed like a team that could have been around for a couple of years. They got some ex-NFL players in. I don't really see what the problem with the Pirates was. Again, we don't know the backroom dealings. We're not that high up at all, but this just doesn't make any sense. We'll see if anyone else knows anything. I'm gonna post the entire thing into the Discord channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description as always. Let me just post the entire thing.
And I mean, I remember last year there was someone who was just in one of the NAL chats just continuously talking bad about Yateem, the owner of the Pirates, but still.
I mean, I don't have a Twitter, I don't have a Facebook, but was there anything on there like the Pirates owner say anything like overly controversial, or do we even know who the Pirates owner is?
I think his name is Jawad Yatim.
How do you spell that?
Jawad.
I see. Not Jawai Muhammad. Jawai. Let's see. He's from Texas. Looks like Aysheh.
No, I said Yatim.
Oh, Yati. Okay, I see. Oh yeah, Jawad Yatim actually is Pirates. There's got to be something on him.
Yeah.
Okay, Jawad Yatim. Okay, he was executive of the year last year on Last Word of Sports. I think the NAL even rewarded him as their executive of the year, which is even more confusing. There was a deleted video of him talking about Sean Brackett and the Pirates' team defense. I really don't know what their plan is. I mean, what do they? I'm trying to figure out what they even did.
Yeah.
It just seems so sudden and out of random. Now, just in the middle of July. I mean, by now, I think that had the season's gone on as they were supposed to, I think the IFL would have just been finishing up their championship.
Yeah.
And the NAL would be in the playoffs. But I really don't know what would have caused the team to get kicked out like this. That's the entire press release, by the way. I posted it. Just waiting for a reaction to the press release. I mean, So, Ben, you had a theory with me the other day. Does this spit in the face of that new theory? That theory you had?
Remind me again of that theory.
You had the idea that the NAL bought the AFL had an auction. The NAL bought all the rights.
Oh yeah.
And Albany and Atlantic City were going to join the NAL. Would be the next teams to join the NAL, and the league itself would rebrand as the new AFL.
I mean, I could see it, but I don't know what kicking Massachusetts would have to do with it. You would think having Mass in there would kind of help it, but yeah.
I mean the other, because it's clear to me at least that Albany wants to have an arena football team. Still do.
Yeah.
The market. Yeah. I mean, they were the best attended market in the entire sport. And mind you, by the way, with Arizona Rattlers, I know they had the best attendance, but they always overreport their stuff by a good 2,000 a game. I mean, there's no way that that a random regular season game against Cedar Rapids beats out the Arena Bowl against Kurt Warner in Iowa back on when the AFL was on ABC. But yeah, that's a different story. Anyways, I don't know why Massachusetts got kicked out. With the Sharks, it was a clear case of just, as Rob Storm corrected me during NAL chat, of Bushi just straight up not paying his bills for 6 months. But I think the Pirates definitely seemed like they were doing that.
Yeah.
The only other possibility is that this thing has been planned out for months. Like, the Pirates were supposed to leave at the end of this season. This is in, like, 2019, not 2020.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I will say this, though. What if that means Sean Brackett becomes a Shark?
That's good for you, but not good for the league.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that does seem like a Bushi move, though. Kick out one team just to grab up all their best players. I mean, it would make sense, though, because I know the Sharks' lease at Veterans Memorial Arena requires them to have 8 home games a year. They only had 7 scheduled this year. So how the 2020 season played, the Sharks would have done something to guarantee they get that 8th home game to please the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena. Because, I mean, I think we can all agree. I think anyone who's ever seen the NAL can say this with 100% certainty. Without the Jacksonville Sharks, the NAL would not exist.
Correct. And it would have started as the Arena Developmental League.
Right, it would have. I think the only remnants from that plan are the Columbus Lions, which, gosh, they feel out of place now. I mean, you have a league trying to get all big and strong, and then you got Columbus, Georgia, just a team that's been bouncing around from 15 leagues or something like that since like 2009 or something crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up. I forgot what it was. I guess we can cover the other news, quote unquote, that's happening in the league. That's happening throughout the indoor football world in the meantime, outside of some really minor stuff like, hey, the Rattlers players went to Walmart to help out the community. Nothing like that. Actual game.
What do you mean? That's important.
Well, it is important, but not in the same level as, the Southern Steam playing actual football.
Yeah. I should have gone to those games.
Yeah. Apparently. Okay. Wow, their website has not been updated with anything. Oh, gosh. Maybe the Carolina Predator. Okay, no. Carolina has also not been updated. Oh, no. What? They have a schedule? Okay, they have a schedule against that. Is this a... Oh, this is not the right team. No, this is definitely not the right team.
I doubt it.
No, I looked up the wrong team. I looked up Carolina Predators football and probably up the team. How do you not have Carolina Predators football? No, it's just this local outdoor semi-pro. That's even more confusing.
Yeah.
There we go. Arena football team. They got to specify that on their Facebook. You don't have a website. I got a Facebook. Okay, there's a 3D photo of some from Google Plus cities. National City. Trying to find. Oh gosh, they're not even. They're talking about somewhere else. They're discussing home. I do not care. Not right now. Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. Oh, here we are. Actual games. 44-6 over the Georgia Lena Lions.
They're goated.
Yeah. That's gotta. I mean, there are actual games being played. There are actual games being played, which is beyond weird. Not much to say about these games. Okay. Tampa Bay Tigers are still rocking the Bengals logo. That's a classic right there. I don't know if you can see my screen, but it'll pop up on the video.
It sure is, yeah.
The Tornadoes said they're gonna have a game soon on August 5th. I want to go to that game if they aren't actually having it. Well, they haven't posted anything. Okay, yeah, they posted some player with a thing in his eye. That's cute. Independent Day Sale for their. I'm trying to figure out anything because let's just go back to the main topic because there's nothing to discuss except for the big topic, which was out of absolutely nowhere, Massachusetts got kicked out in July.
Yeah. I mean, we could discuss like the AFL bankruptcy auctions. I don't know.
That is a good point. Let's see if I can find that one. Found it. Okay, so last month the AFL did have a bankruptcy almost about a month ago today, actually. They had a bankruptcy auction, and the auction was eventually for a ton of stuff, including a field for the Valor, an entire stuff for the Soul, Blackjacks, Brigade, Destroyers, etc. And there were a couple things we can at least assume from that. Number one being the Sharks trademarks went back to the Predators, and the Sharks trademarks went back to Storm, as in Rob Storm.
Mm-hmm.
The lots were not all bought by the same property because it was proven that the Columbus lot did go separately from these other lots themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Columbus, and now we're going to the speculative stuff, which is Columbus Destroyers lot itself likely went to went to the Frisco Fighters owner.
Yeah.
The Germains, who have delayed the Columbus IFL team until 2022.
Great.
Yeah, so there's not. Oh gosh, I think they mentioned it on the site that Columbus has been delayed until 2022.
Mm-hmm.
No, they haven't done any. Okay, the IFL hasn't posted anything on their website in about 4 months. They don't have ads on this thing. They just have no event to show, and some highlights from 2019, along with they re-signed some guys, which we may never actually get to see play for them, and they redesigned another one of their logos.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Freagle the Eagle.
Yeah, Freagle the Eagle. Of course, Freagle the Eagle. Tornado. Gosh, I'm looking up. I mean, this. Let me show you how this press release is just so oddly incomplete because they have a June NAL season update post they just made. And this is just a small little, hey, we might have a season. Oh, no, that's about the same size. Okay, I was thinking of it. Oh, I was thinking of what they posted last month. But the standard, hey, we can't get back. We can't wait to get back. It's not okay. Oh, here we go. The update saying we're gonna have fantasy football. I believe is bigger than the update for the Pirates, which is no, it's not. Wow, what am I thinking of then? Oh yeah, by the way, the NAL is gonna have fantasy football. I have no idea how that's gonna work with what I can only assume is going to be at most 8 teams.
Yeah. That's going to be some small fantasy leagues.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know how many people would even get involved in a fantasy football NAL league, which I assume would be league run.
Yeah. Well, maybe you got to look at it like this. Maybe the NAL bought out the AFL's trademarks, and they actually did, and then they retained that membership or sponsorship with DraftKings. Yeah.
That actually is I don't know. I don't think that's how sponsorships work, but that would be a great pickup for the NAL.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely need a W after, not after having the merger. Yes, it was a merger with the CIF fall through that I think was supposed to put their games on like the front page of Amazon Prime or something. The CIF merger. But let me check the CIF see if anyone's folded. I haven't checked their site in about 3 months, but since we're here, let's check it live, see if anyone got folded or got kicked out. Oh, right. I think that's not even there anymore. Do they have a website now? Might. WordPress. No, they have one. They have a site. Okay, they actually do have a site now. They actually have a site. Canceled 2020 season. 7 teams, so nothing that new. It's just one single page.
Yeah.
Oh, and that has links to like all the teams' Facebooks and Twitters and all that. Okay. So nothing much going on there. Assets in the Arena League, and then just this big news of just hey, suddenly one of the main leagues is just kicking out a team with no real explanation other than they did some stuff the ownership doesn't like. I don't know if that was. I mean, maybe the NAL is going to. I really don't know. Maybe they did buy the AFL trademarks, and Massachusetts didn't want to be a part of that.
Maybe, yeah.
Although the way the report seemed, again, the report seemed as if the NAL is attacking Massachusetts, not Massachusetts just leaving the NAL. This seems almost angry at it's kind of a weird, but like as if the NAL league isn't having like a peaceful breakup with the Pirates, rather they're blaming the Pirates for something. Usually in this situation, these reports don't go out of their way to blame the main party involved. They usually just sort of say we had a separation and that's that. Not we had a separation and all the owners say, yeah, these people are dumb, bye. Usually it's the team saying, yeah, we leave the league, not the league saying we kick you out.
Yeah.
It's all the more odd.
Now I'm curious if Massachusetts decides to play in the AAL or what they do.
I mean, the AAL, if even what could exist of next year, would make a lot of sense because it's they have other big markets like West Michigan. They have other big teams like West Michigan that have usually dominated the league, that have usually dominated those kind of leagues, and
yeah.
The only thing I'm really curious about is now what happens to West Virginia, because West Virginia was from the AAL, and now they're in the NAL. But yeah, what happens to Jersey? If Jersey even plays at all in 2021.
Well, hopefully they have a rival with the Atlantic City Blackjacks.
Yeah, I mean that would. I mean, That would actually be a great setup for the league. Well, I mean, that would be a great setup. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be a great setup. You have the Blackjacks, and I think the Blackjacks still have that extremely friendly city 2021.
Yeah.
That lease they signed was 3 years long, and I think it was most, if not all, of the charges involved would be paid for by the Atlantic City Council. And unless that deal got nixed in the AFL's bankruptcy proceedings, I think it's still there for the Blackjacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only other extremely remote possible I could think of is Jaws. Jaws still wants to own teams.
I hope that happens.
I really do too. I mean, the man kept it elite. The man almost single-handedly kept the league alive for at least 5 extra years. At least 5 extra, probably 6 extra. Yeah, probably kept the league alive for a whole decade. As much as I dislike the Soul team because the rivals and all that, Ron Jaworski was an excellent owner.
What rivalry do you have with the Soul? Jacksonville
Tampa
was the
Bay.
Soul.
2017.
You lost him in the Arena Bowl. We had a rivalry with them.
Oh, come on.
You
had
didn't.
one. You had 2012 and 2013 getting knocked out of the playoff. We had 2016 and 2017 getting knocked out of the playoff.
2015, 2016. We meet every time we're both in the playoffs.
We always lost.
If that's not a rivalry, I don't know what it is.
Philadelphia Soul might as well put a flag and say, we own Florida now. Because they also did the same thing with the Predators and the Storm, dating back to the original Arena League days.
Philly doesn't own Jacksonville.
The series would differ. I think Jacksonville has a better series than Philly, and like a better record than Tampa and Orlando do against Philly, but it's still bad.
Okay.
Now we're just getting a measuring contest. No one wants that.
Oh yeah, so now we're just
fighting over pointless little rivalries. Yeah. And are we gonna get somebody?
I swear they don't own us like you think they do.
I think they do. I mean, you know what? We got nothing better to do. We'll check on Arena Fan, the encyclopedia for all things arena football. I mean, good old AFL, good old game search. This is gonna be perfect. Primary team, of course, the Philadelphia. Soul. We got Philadelphia Soul. Secondary, of course, be the Jacksonville Sharks. All go. And let's see. Oh, you're right. It's not actually that crazy. Huh. It's only 8-6. Dang, I thought it was a lot worse. Oh, Jacksonville will even be in the playoffs once. Yeah, there actually was kind of a rivalry there. Dang. Yeah. You're right. I was wrong.
That's why I consider Philly to be Jacksonville's main rival.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys basically own Tampa Bay and Orlando. Tampa and Orlando, of course, we're still always going to be main rivals. I mean, I don't know. No, Philly doesn't consider you guys their main rival. Philly considers Arizona their main rival.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Philly and Albany, but I think, that was Albany's biggest rival, too, was Philly, but that's just because Philly would, well, I think, yeah. But hey, I mean...
And the funny thing is...
Yeah.
The Sharks still exist, and the Soul are dead.
Yeah, the Sharks and the Raptors have outlived everybody. I'm just waiting for the Sharks to merge. I'm just waiting for the Sharks to take Orlando or Carolina with them to the IFL. Maybe the IFL is like New Orleans or something. That becomes a national league. Because I know the IFL's trying to do that.
Yeah.
But now we're just getting on bizarre speculation. Way out there, bizarre speculation. Oh, that's lovely.
It's going to be an interesting next couple of years, I will say that.
Let's see if anyone else has reacted to this on the AFL board.
The good old interwebs.
Yep, the good old interwebs. Yep. Yeah, no one said anything yet. Okay, that's something interesting. I just saw on Arena Fan. AF Dave said they'd probably be better off for. He's not. He said they're probably better off for West Virginia to jump to the IFL. Which I mean, I guess that makes sense with the Ohio teams coming in 2022. But then where would West Virginia go for 2021?
Yeah. I don't know. I prefer the NAL actually stays together.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, at this point, it's just turning into what I thought it was going to be in 2018, which was a 4-team league consisting of Jacksonville, Columbus, Lehigh Valley, and Jersey. Just replace Lehigh Valley with Orlando and Jersey with Carolina, and there's a 4-team Southern-only league, which really doesn't sound that impressive as compared to the other more dynamic leagues out there, like where the NAL should be and what leagues like the IFL are. Even the CIF is bigger than that, despite that being a regional mess.
Yeah.
Here's something we got a good friend, the Erupture Tan, saying the real reason the Pirates wanted to leave is because the NAL didn't let their original. Okay, that never mind. That's a joke. The real reason though is why though, and that's a different. All right, they're getting into joke posting. But the real question is why would the NAL? Why would Massachusetts leave? I mean, that's the question here. And I got no idea why Massachusetts left. Any clue, Ben?
I don't either. I really don't.
It does seem random. Just seems random.
Do you know if the NAL on their games, if they keep the chats after they're done with the stream?
Oh, I believe they do. Let me check real quick.
Because I'm pretty sure it was a Pirates Cobras game where someone was going like really in depth about what the Pirates owners were doing, but I really don't remember what they were talking about.
YouTube Pirates Cobra. Would you remember who the home team was?
I think it was the Cobras.
Okay. This would have been last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check. Last year from the NAL, Pirates at Cobras. Was it the playoff game?
I think it's the playoff game.
Because let me see when the Pirates hosted the Cobras last year. Let me see what we got. Oh, that's way back. Opening day. See according to the streams. Okay, there's week 2. Or week 3, I should say. There's, let me see, Pirates at Cobras. Okay, it was just week 2 in the play. Yeah, it was just week 2 in the playoff game.
We'll see about week 2. I'm not sure.
I
don't remember it being that early, but I'm not sure.
I could try the playoff game, but we'll have to do that a different. Well, yeah, we got. Well, we got nothing better. We can check it out. Just let's see if they keep chat. Anyways, they might keep chat.
We asked real customers.
Oh, right. That sound. Oh no, they don't keep chat. Bro, wait.
Guess we'll never know.
They might. No. Live chat replay is not available for this video. Crud.
Well, that ruins that.
Yeah, and I mean it's funny. Everyone's been. Oh man, that just seems so weird for them to just be. I mean, all right. Final thoughts as to where do you think Massachusetts will play next year, if they play at all?
I don't think they play at all. I really don't. I think this is the end of the Massachusetts Pirates.
It wouldn't make sense. This is, I mean, 3 years is usually the tax benefit you get from losing money. I assume the Pirates had to lose some money this year to get some tax benefit. I'm hoping for the IFL. As crazy as that would be, that seems completely insane. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with you and say, yeah, the Massachusetts Pirates are done. I'm gonna go
Because I
with
mean,
you
I
and say
really
that.
don't. I really don't see a good option for them.
No.
If they go to the AAL, they just don't seem like they'd fit there.
I mean, I know Big T's gonna get me for saying this, but I think they're too high up for the AAL. I think West Michigan is too, but I don't see
Yeah.
Massachusetts being willing to be an anchor franchise for a smaller league like West Michigan is doing and has been doing for the past couple years. I don't see the Pirates doing that.
I mean, maybe they could.
No,
I don't know. Just
I mean, well, let's think about all the leagues. Every league right now has an anchor franchise. The big dog in town that without it the league would probably be gone. The IFL's anchor franchise is absolutely Arizona.
yeah.
And I could say Sioux Falls to a lesser extent, but they're definitely not the rich guys anymore. Maybe Frisco. Oh, Frisco, I'm not sure they're even playing next year.
Frisco is not the anchor.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll say the
IFL
Germains because the Germains have rebranded the league. They got they found new owners for the Storm. They got the Olafin one to become league commissioner. I think the Rattlers definitely an anchor of the IFL. NAL anchor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Sharks.
Duval.
Hillsboro.
Your county isn't as good as ours.
Yes, we are. We have a larger school, more successful school district.
Don't disrespect Duval County Public Schools ever again.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I forgot they don't have full schools anymore. I mean, yeah. And of course, the AAL has West Michigan. The CIF has the beef of Omaha, and I don't know what any of these leagues got, but I don't see the Pirates being in that class of team like Arizona, Jacksonville, West Michigan, and Omaha. So yeah, West Michigan's dead. The Pirates are they aren't dead. The Pirates are out of the NAL. Who knows what they do next? Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm TT, and he's the QB, and this has been episode 9 or 10, depending how you look at it, of Ben Past the Target.
Yep.